Coming up next, On the Spot, we've got Exceed in the house to show off Solatorobo Red the Hunter. And then, we've got Exceed in the house to show off Fishing Resort. And then, we've got a pile of tape segments, including a demo for Warhammer 40k Space Marine, a Fallout New Vegas Old World Blues starting block, a look at the EVO Championship Series, the latest in digital downloads, and round 2 of the latest episode of Super Button Mashing. We're live and on the spot.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to On the Spot. I'm your host, Chris Waters, and joining me is Jessica Chavez from Exceed. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Glad to have you here for not one, but 2 live demos.
2 demos. It's an Exceed day.
I think you are the first guest in live On Spot history to host 2 demos. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm being punished.
Are you up to the challenge?
I think so.
All right, well, let's start it off with Solatorobo, Red the Hunter is the first game. I get that title right.
You did.
I've been practicing. I'm just playing. So Solatorobo, what does that word mean?
In the literal translation from Japanese, Sola is actually sky, to or to is and Robo robot.
Sky and robot.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a game where you fly around as a robot.
You can actually.
Yeah.
A lot of robots, a lot of different kinds of flying.
Okay, so give us the overview. Solatorobo, Red the Hunter. What kind of game is it? What's going on?
Well, it's an action RPG for the DS, and you basically play as Red Savarin, which is an anthropomorphic character, and he's like a mercenary type, devil-may-care. Does a lot of odd jobs, always looking for the next big payoff.
Okay, what creature does he look like, or are we going to get to see right now?
Ooh, you do get to see. This is Red. He is a dog, so there are 2 types of people that populate this world. There are dogs and cats, Kaninu and Felineko.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dog people and cat people?
Dog people and cat people.
All right, because those words were too complicated for me to remember. But now Red is riding on some sort of large mech.
Yeah, this is the robot called the Dahak, which helps him out on his chores, any of his jobs.
So he heads out into the world. He's a mercenary. He's picking up jobs for coin on his Dahak. Where is his job now? Just like trash a storehouse? Where are we at right now?
This is actually in the middle of a story segment, and right now I'm escaping from a mine. So this is on one of the many islands, and this is called Shellen. It's a mining kind of island.
So you are stuck in this mine. Someone has trapped you here?
Yes.
Someone of mysterious origin. Is this, you want to give us a hint of how we got in here, or is that sort of spoiler territory?
It's a little spoiler territory. We'll just say that they are the main antagonists for the first half of the game.
Okay. Bad guys.
Yep.
And now, battle start, we're going to get a look at bad guys, or some sort of rabbit, a mole.
Oop. This is a mole. This is actually just a monster enemy that lives in the game. I just want to show some gameplay mechanics. The Dahak is best at lifting things, lifting and throwing.
And so are you going to try to lift that? Oh, nice catch.
One of his moves is he can grab projectiles and send them back. Or you can just get hit in the face with them.
Another move is take a projectile right in the grill, apparently.
He takes it pretty well. A little bit closer.
So in addition to the main sort of story antagonist, you've got monsters in this world to contend with.
You do. Some islands, like this one, have moles. Other ones have giant bugs. There are flying fish. Like the worlds are very diverse.
Okay, so now it looks like you could just sort of scoot on out of here and leave the mole in peace.
I don't want to hurt the mole. I like animals.
You know, he's just defending his home turf.
Yeah.
If a giant fox man riding a mech came into my home, I'd be a little perturbed.
Just.
All right, so there's some combat to be done, and like what happens if you were to say vanquish that mole? Then do you gain experience? You level up, that kind of stuff?
Yep, you'd gain some experience and you would level up, and occasionally you even get rewards like P crystals or coin. The P crystals, actually, I wanted to show you for the Dahak, speaking of leveling up.
Okay.
You can customize your robot. You can upgrade its attack, defense, hydraulics. Let's see. So some of the rewards you get.
In the menu option called Pimp My Robot?
Yes.
Rated E10 plus.
So this is actually for fans of Tetris. It's kind of like Tetris. You have parts that you need to fit into your available areas.
Okay.
And the more P crystals you get, which you can find all around the world, or you can get from enemies, you unlock these. And then they'll open up and expand out your entire robot.
So you sort of have to strategically unlock based on, like, for example, say you have a hydraulic part you really want to put in there. You can, save up your crystals to make a space for it, or otherwise rearrange things.
Definitely. I mean, P crystals are kind of rare, so like this one only takes 5 to open up, really easy to expand. But some of the parts will only fit in shapes that take, say, very odd areas, like this kind of an L shape.
Okay. Which, if you were going to generate that, it would either be the only thing that could fit, or you'd have to open stuff up like you just did.
Yep, or move them down, kind of move these over so I have more room.
That's kind of a neat little sort of puzzle element to upgrading.
Yeah.
It sort of makes it a little more interesting than just go into the menu and equip this thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, in addition to this, eventually, like, you can level up the whole Dahak. There's a flying version. There's super moves. So as the story progresses, you have access to better robots.
Oh, better? You upgrade and you leave your old robot behind?
You don't leave him behind. He just gets new face paint and some wings.
You just keep upgrading him and making him bigger and stronger.
Definitely.
All right. So the robot obviously lumbers around, looks kind of has his big gangly arms. Is the robot a character that you interact with at all, or do you mostly interact with other dog and cat people?
Mostly they're dog and cat people. The robot you can't speak to, you can only upgrade it.
Okay. So is there hope of escape from this mine?
I hope so. Got a nice little minecart.
I'm guessing you don't want to hit those rocks?
It doesn't actually hurt you.
Okay.
Sometimes you get points from them too.
Oh, all right. For bullying your way through?
There's a lot of emphasis on damage here.
Is that red?
That is red. And the Felineko on the right is L. L is currently your business partner, you could say. L is giving you a contract.
Okay, and so you're trying to fulfill the contract and get on back to her? Or him?
Trying to fulfill the contract by escaping your current predicament.
I see. Is that sort of Red's thing? Is he the kind of guy who goes out on a simple job and then it all goes sour?
That's exactly how this game starts. I mean, he's supposed to pick up a file in the very beginning, and the whole ship burns down.
And the whole ship burns down. Not the expected outcome, but certainly better for an adventure standpoint. So this is more battle.
More battle. These are some robot enemies, showing off some of the Dahak's lifting capability.
Lifting and throwing. Nice. Slam. So this is one of the islands that you get to explore, and it's sort of lots of rocks, lots of mining structure, kind of industrial. What's an example of another one?
Well, this is Shetland. Another one is its name is Vizsla, and it's an island completely made up of mushrooms and bugs.
Mushrooms and bugs.
Lots of plants. Your
Delicious.
transport is bugs, and you can fly around on them. Some other ones, there's a place called Sealyham, which is an underwater looking area. There are a lot of flying fish, seaweed. They're all very distinctive and beautiful, and I mean, in addition to these being anthropomorphic characters, if you have a sharp eye, you'll notice that all the place names are named after dog and cat types.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the spelling's varied a bit for variety, but
okay.
Airedale, where you start off, is a kind of terrier. Sealyham is a kind of dog. Vizsla is also a kind of dog that I've never heard of.
Oh yeah, Vizsla. It's sort of brown, short hair, big floppy ears.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I know a couple dog breeds. Okay. So you explore these sort of these islands. They have a bunch of folks there. Is there some sort of grand adventure you get embroiled in? I mean, it's an action RPG. You're going up against some antagonists that aren't just a scorpion with a giant wrecking ball on its tail. Give folks a taste of what's to come in the future for Red.
Well, in this part of the game, if you see the big flying object right now that's attacking me, there's a mark on it that looks like a paw print. That is the mark of your current enemy. They're a giant guild, and they're basically trying to get the same thing you are, which are these crystals. I won't say too much on it because it's a bit of a spoiler, but there's some major enemies, giant monsters, and this guild that will stop at nothing to get those crystals.
Sounds like Red has his work cut out for him, Jessica. Before we wrap it up with Solatorobo, anything else you want to mention?
Oh, yes. Here today only, we're going to announce this tomorrow, but on the spot we'd like to say, that we are, with every first print run copy, we are going to be giving away the CD of the game, the soundtrack.
Very cool. Free soundtrack for every first run copy of the game. So you go in, you buy the DS cartridge, and you get like a voucher or something for it?
It'll come with it.
Come right with it.
I think so.
Very cool announcement here from Jessica Chavez from Xseed, who is going to be sticking around for our next demo, which we're going to toss to after the next segment. I'm going to tell you what that is in a second. But first, Solatorobo, when is that first impression coming out? When can people get their hands on the game and the soundtrack?
Well, we're shooting for a September release, and it's going to be awesome.
Very cool, Jessica. All right, sit tight. We'll be back with some more action from you in a moment. But now it's off to space and Space Marines, because there wasn't enough brutal axe murder in Solatorobo for you folks. It's Warhammer 40K Space Marine.
Today, we're going to be taking a look at Warhammer
Cool.
40,000 Space Marine, the latest action shooter set in the grim darkness of the Warhammer universe. Mitch, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Mitch, for those who are unaware, could you go ahead and set up the game for us? What is this game all about?
You bet. You play a Space Marine, Captain Titus, who is sent to the Forge World Graia. So a Forge World in Warhammer 40K is an entire planet that's dedicated to the manufacture of basically tools for the war effort against all of the other Xenos or aliens in the universe. So Forge World Graia was manufacturing Warlord-class Titans, and it's been invaded by millions upon millions of orcs. So the Space Marines have been sent in to try to deal with it. So as Captain Titus, you've dropped in, and you battled through a whole bunch of orcs, and along the way you got a message from the Inquisitor, Inquisitor Drogon, who has an experimental device that he'd like you to find somewhere in the planet. So you're just met up with Drogon. You're in a manufactorum, which is manufacturing parts for the Titans, and you're going to look for this experimental device that he has to try to get it before the orcs get their grubby green hands on it.
All right, cool. Let's take a look. What are we seeing here?
So we're just getting into a bit of the manufactorum, and we're about to be visited by the war boss, who's the leader of the orcs.
Space Marine! You try to steal my Titans? Steal my loot? I'll rip your guts right out your throat! I'm gonna put your head on a spike!
So the war boss is trying to send his hordes at the player here to try to stop us from getting to the to his loot, the Titans. He doesn't yet know about the power source, but when he does, he's of course going to be coveting it, as orcs are tending to. So you can see here, we have a fairly interesting weapon loadouts in this game. Right now, the Vengeance Launcher is being used, which is actually one of the weapons that was created specially for this game by Relic. It allows you to shoot sticky mines up to 5 at a time and blow them up with holding the right trigger or right bumper button. So it's great to set some traps or,
Do a little crowd control.
Yeah, exactly. Cause some pretty massive amounts of havoc on the hordes of orcs that are going to be sent at you. We also have right now the Power Axe, which is our one of the melee weapons that you get in the game. And it's a pretty powerful, super powered axe, basically. What you just saw there was part of the melee system, which is sync kills, which are actually how you get health back in this game. So,
yeah, I noticed you pretty much haven't been taking cover like at all here.
No, this game is all about going forward into the middle of battle. Like a Space Marine is wearing really bright and sort of
very bulky.
Yeah, very garish armor. And he really just runs right into the middle of the battle and owns the battlefield. So part of that is we don't want to have a cover system, which is encouraging players to stick back. We also have things like our melee system is the way that you get health back. You can stun your opponents and then perform an execution on them, which will be how you get your health. So basically, orcs are your health packs. And coming up here, we're getting to a shrine. These are placed throughout the Forge world, and they're there to kind of help anybody who needs them as they go. And they recognize the player as a Space Marine and instantly recognize that if a Space Marine is on this planet, there's probably going to be a need for some special equipment.
There's trouble afoot.
Yeah, so they offer up whatever they have to the player to use. In this case, we just got a plasma pistol to replace our bolt pistol.
My boys want to give you a proper greeting!
And that there was a weird boy. They're psyker orcs that are able to use their psychic energy to do different stuff. In that case, he...
As if regular orcs weren't bad enough.
Exactly. So in that case, he managed to summon in an Ard boy, which is a orc that has a shield that essentially blocks all normal fire from your bolter. So actually, plasma weapons are very useful for that. You can see that the plasma shot just knocked these orcs back, which is great because the only real way to hit them is to hit them with a plasma shot or some other energy weapon, or else to open them up with your melee attacks.
And it seems like this plasma pistol runs off of heat instead of just conventional ammo.
Yeah, exactly. So it's shooting pretty much supercharged plasma players or at their enemies, and it does need to be vented from time to time. But other than that, it's got a fairly infinite amount of energy to it. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
And then is that the Inquisitor that we're seeing there? In
yeah,
the middle of the
that's
group?
Inquisitor Drogon. And then beside him is Leandros, who is more of a rookie Space Marine, and Sidonis, who is a veteran. That's the grizzled old guy there that's just talking.
Manufactorum, far deeper. The whole generator room is actually suspended above a venting shaft.
Suspended?
Yes. In case of catastrophic overload, the whole room can be shunted away into the depths.
So some of the other stuff that you might have seen being used so far are things like Fury. So you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen from time to time a meter that fills up, and
that gold meter down
right there. So the Omega symbol, which is a symbol of the Space Marines, and when that fills up to the top, you can use Fury, which puts you into a mode where you basically have super-powered attacks, and you'll gain health back as you play, and it'll also allow you to enter into a marksman mode with your ranged shots, so when you hit the aim button, it'll start slowing things down so that you can take better aim, and also...
So sort of like a bullet time-esque effect. Okay.
Yeah. So that's another very integral part of the game. You actually really need to use that at certain parts in the game in order to progress. So.
And then what's this this red meter up here at the top?
So that's your health bar and armor bar. So as a Space Marine, you're wearing power armor, and it regenerates over time.
Okay.
And then the red bit is your health, which does not regenerate unless you go and execute an enemy.
Now, is there any sort of like weapon upgrade system or character upgrade system at play?
There's weapon upgrades that you'll find for your main weapon along the way, which is your bolter. For anybody who's not familiar with Warhammer, the bolter is basically a machine gun that shoots rocket-propelled slugs.
Tiny little rockets.
Yeah. So it's a pretty badass weapon. You'll find upgrades to that along the way, and we also have a quite impressive loadout of weaponry in the game. So have everything from the Melt-A-Gun, which is our slightly more badass version of a shotgun that actually shoots out a wave of superheated energy at your enemies and melts them. We have the Thunder Hammer, which is a giant hammer that is supercharged and will basically beat the living crap out of anything that it hits.
A war hammer, you might say.
You might say that. So here we can see we just got revisited by the Weird Boy as well as the War Boss, and they're trying to stop us from getting the power source. They sent a couple of knobs, which are quite powerful orcs. Orcs get more powerful the more they kill each other, and they get larger and larger. So the War Boss has killed probably millions and millions and millions of people to get to the size he is, and these knobs are also quite powerful. Although you can see they're not really much of a threat to our Space Marine here right now. They also require a little bit more of a struggle to kill. So if you try to do an execute move on them, you'll have to struggle, do a B button struggle to get past them. So they're quite tough enemies, and sending two of them at the player there was quite tough. Luckily, Daniel's quite adept at the game, so he managed to make easy work of them.
Now, in addition to the orcs, will there be any other enemies of the Imperium of Man that we can expect to face, such as the Chaos or the Tyranids?
You bet. We got the Chaos in the game. You'll find out more about what happens with them later on. Okay. I don't want to put in any spoilers, but we definitely do have some Chaos, and they are quite interesting foes. You meet them a bit later in the game, though.
Okay.
Should also mention here with our melee system, the way that he's actually performing these sync kills and everything is with our combo system. So we have our normal attacks, which do a good deal of damage, as well as our heavy attacks, which can be strung in at certain points throughout the combos, in order to stun your opponents like that. So the kick stunned him, and then when they become stunned, you can use your sync kill. So the melee combat
sort of opens them up for that
yeah,
sync kill.
exactly.
Okay.
And it really becomes sort of a rhythmic change in rhythmic battle by using your normal attacks to do a lot of damage, as well as your heavy attacks to push back guys and stun them, and your sync kills to regain health as you go. So the war boss is again trying to prevent us from getting this thing. He's going to start sending hordes of guys at us here. You can also see that it's a really smooth transition between the ranged combat and the melee combat, with really not any difference. It's all just one thing. You just hit the aim button and you're aiming in ranged, and you can hit your melee buttons and you'll do a melee attack. There's no real big difference. This is the marksman mode. So in Fury, he's able to use the marksman mode, and he's also able to deal out massive and crazy amounts of damage to the orcs. Yeah.
And there you go.
Great.
An explosive finish.
Exactly.
Is there anything you want to add real quick about multiplayer in the game before we wrap up?
Yeah, well, we have a great competitive multiplayer mode in as well. There's been some demos of it really recently, so you can find out more about it there. But it's a really fun, very competitive, fast-paced game. Yeah, so you'll get to see more about that as well.
All right, Mitch, well, thank you so much for joining us. Can you remind the folks at home when your game will be coming out and what it's coming out for?
Yeah, it's coming out on PC, Xbox 360, and PS3 on September 6th.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we're back. And hey, it's Jessica Chavez from Xseed. Like I told you, she's sticking around, and we're mixing it up though, because now the DS is gone, and you've got the Wii controller. Ready to do what?
I'm ready to fish.
Ready to fish, because we've got Fishing Resort. We are traveling to a magical land of fishing and other things that you're going to find out all about. Because at a resort, you do a lot. I mean, there's lying out in the sun. There's beach volleyball. I don't know.
You can get a nice sunburn.
I mean, that's what I can do. All right, so Fishing Resort. Let's take a look here. We're going to wake up here in the resort and just see what's going on in the day. What's the deal with Fishing Resort, Jessica?
Fishing Resort is basically where you get to live out your dream, your fishing dream.
Mm-hmm.
There's an entire island set up for your fishing pleasure.
Wow. Decadent.
Very decadent. Very pretty.
And a flat screen TV, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that view. Gorgeous.
Very
I
nice.
want to go to there. So this is sort of your suite.
Yep.
You are apparently a very wealthy traveler.
Very rich.
Naturally. Eye patches don't come cheap.
The eye patch, the pirate habit, I mean, it takes money to upkeep, and I'm very close to getting my pirate hat.
Really?
I am.
And now how are you going to do that? Are you going to like catch a fish that's wearing a hat?
Sadly, you can't get it that way.
Okay.
You have to earn points, fishing points.
And I presume you earn fishing points by taking a lure tying class for like a couple hours.
You actually can.
Yeah? You tie your own lures? Nice.
Well, they more teach you how to use them properly.
Okay.
But to actually get the fishing points, you need to fish. And other things you can do, you end up spending money on. Oh, look, I can get the pirate hat now.
A pirate hat costs 100,000 points?
It's expensive and decadent.
Apparently it is. Is it like is it like a real tall pirate hat?
It's kind of tall.
Okay.
It's a bit absurd.
Maybe we'll get it later, but now you're biking off to, wow, this is some boardwalk. This is a cool resort.
Very nice.
You
very
are
peaceful.
not wearing a bike helmet, young lady.
I live dangerously.
Apparently, you know. When you're on the fishing resort islands, you know, there's no traffic laws to be enforced. It is your playground.
It is my playground. And this playground that I'm in is called Temin Beach Paradise. Oop, that's my notebook.
Notebook to keep track of, you're an amateur, is that what it says?
Hey, this is actually a level up. There's beginner. I went through all the beginners.
Okay, so you're now an amateur fisher.
Yes.
What did you do to get there?
I fished a lot. This game is for the obsessive compulsive, but it's not stressful. It really rewards you. The more fish you catch, the more areas open up.
All right. So you have opened up Big Catch Rock.
Yep. Feast Cove, Golden Cliff. This is actually the opening area. You can go around all of these.
All right, so this is Temin Paradise Beach, this whole area.
Yes.
And it certainly looks like paradise. Now, are you just going to like roll up here and start fishing?
I am, because in Fishing Resort, wherever there's water, you can fish.
You can fish. And boom, there's a fishing rod. And yes, you're gonna do the fishing cast action. Excellent.
Now I'm using bait fishing. There are two kinds. You can do lure or bait. And this one's probably the best for 10 men because the fish are a lot smaller.
Okay.
And you can see them in the water. They will actually come up and you can see them take the bait.
Very clear. I see an angelfish there.
He looks interested.
Now, were these all real fish? Are we getting any sort of fantastical creatures of the deep here?
These are all real, but some of them are quite fearsome looking. There are killer whales, there are whale sharks, there's hammerheads, there are things called alligator gars.
Alligator gar? You could catch a whale shark, is that what you're telling me?
I think you can,
Or do
or
you
else
just like
get
go
one.
observe it?
You observe it and then take it back to your aquarium that you can run.
Aquarium on the fishing resort. I mean, I guess, you know, they want to cater to all types of fish experiences.
They do, and it's actually pretty awesome because you don't kill any of the fish. All of your catches, you just keep inside the aquarium.
You just keep them trapped for your viewing pleasure.
For your viewing and monetary pleasure.
Because you charge people admission to your aquarium?
Of course.
Okay, I see. So you got different sources of income here.
How am I supposed to pay for my pirate outfits?
It's an expensive habit.
It is.
So for bait, and now, you know, fishing has shown up in a lot. Oh, wow.
Got it.
Got it. And so now you got to be careful not to break the line on this big beastie.
Oh, it's a monster.
Here we go.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, look at that long-nosed hawkfish. That is just adorable, isn't it? The cutest.
Adorable and delicious.
So you're going to put that in your pocket and take it back to the aquarium?
I'm not sure where she puts them. She's very resourceful. They go somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, her fishing rod goes somewhere, too. And so you've created this character at this point. We've talked about your stylish pirate garb, but, you know, you can, I presume you could be a boy fisherman, a girl fisherman, old man fisherman?
Definitely. You can customize your character. You can change their hair, their expression. This is a very realistic looking.
You can have them get their picture taken looking really excited to be where they are.
Exactly. You can pose for the camera too.
Check it out. Oh. Is there any photo sharing you guys are doing?
There is no photo sharing. There is an online component though, where the fish you catch can actually be ranked up against anybody else who's playing in the world.
Oh, really?
If you have a Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, you can see how you measure up.
Okay. Well, all right, so what's the biggest fish you've caught at the fishing resort so far?
I have caught an alligator gar that was over 12 feet.
12 feet?
12 feet.
What? That's huge.
I don't know how she carried it back. She's good.
She is good. That's all right. So you caught a really long fish. Is that going to earn you a respectable place on the Wi-Fi leaderboards?
You'd think so, but that alligator gar that I caught was only a C class.
Really?
It goes all the way up to S class, which is above an A.
Oh, good
So
gracious.
there are bigger creatures that I
So
just
there's
haven't
lots
got.
of different creatures to catch. Okay. All right. So now we're back in the store. Is this where you buy your pirate hat?
This is where I buy my
Are
pirate
we going to
hat.
see this in action? Are we going to see you fulfill finally your dream of owning a pirate hat?
Let's see if it's here. There's lots of good stuff in here. I mean, it's kind of a silly thing, but you've got tons of points. You can spend it on your aquarium. You can buy new equipment. There it is. There it is.
Oh, yeah. Make it happen.
I'm ready. Buy that pirate hat.
Purchase what's in the cart. Yes, and equip it, please.
I should add that this has taken me at least 2 weeks to earn.
Really? So this is a big moment for you.
You're
pretty
I
excited.
can't contain it.
How does it feel?
It feels wonderful. But now I have to take another several weeks to get myself pirate pants.
Well, you know, it's good to have goals. So what's another, all right, so this is obviously idyllic. We fished at idyllic, clear water, white sand beach. Are there other environments to fish in around the resort?
Definitely. The island of Panangapan, which is where you are, has many, many different areas. There's jungle, there's mountain, freshwater, there's ice fishing.
I don't know if your current outfit would be appropriate for ice fishing, I gotta say. I just want you to be warned.
I don't have any money left. I can't buy a parka.
Well, maybe save the ice fishing for later. All right, so like freshwater, saltwater, and you like lots of different kinds of fish. Can I, if I look up a fish in a fish book, can I catch it here?
I think there's a very good chance it's in this game. There
Yeah.
are over 200 different kinds of fish.
That's a lot. That's a sizable amount of fish, and you can put them all into your aquarium.
Yeah, this
Now-
is my aquarium.
Okay, can we see that gar?
I'm not sure if he's in the tropic or the temperate. I have not seen my Gar.
Let's go temperate, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Let's see it. Come on, Gar.
Well, there's my manta ray.
Oh, that doesn't look like a manta ray. That looks like a ray.
Look at it. It's smiling.
Oh, okay. It is smiling. It does have that manta smile.
See if he's in the other area. He may actually be downstairs. This aquarium has 2 floors.
This aquarium is massive, and this is only the temperate zone.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Ooh.
This is kind of nice. A little atmospheric, relaxing, sort of check out your...
I've seen screenshots
catches.
from the Japanese version. The whale shark goes in here. I can just get myself a whale shark.
I feel like you're going to need to do a lot more fishing in order to get a whale shark, Jessica. I mean, you're good, but it's a long way from that long-nosed hawkfish to a whale shark.
This is very true. Now I'm lost in my own aquarium. That's just how awesome it is.
All right, so fishing resort, we've seen a bunch of stuff there is to do. Is it a game you can play with more than one person?
There is a bit of a multiplayer component to it. You can play with up to 4 people, and it's kind of a mini game though, because you'll have 4 lined up, and whoever gets the first bite is the only one who gets to reel it in.
Oh,
it's a bit of a competition.
A little contest. Cool. So some relaxing fun to be had in Fishing Resort. When can folks get their hands on this game?
We're looking at a fall release.
Fall release. All right, all you fisher folk looking to get your Wii cast on. Fishing Resort coming out this fall. Jessica, thank you so much for coming by, doing double duty, showing off Solatorobo and Fishing Resort. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me.
And hope to have you back next time. Xseed, you guys are releasing games all the time.
All the time.
Cool. All right, folks, our show marches on, and we are going to go take a look at some DLC for Fallout New Vegas. Old World Blues is the name, and Kevin Van Ord put together a starting block for you on this game. He really loved this one. He thought it was really funny, very well reviewed. But if you're getting into it, want to know a few pro tips, he's got them for you. Let's check them out.
A lot of what you encounter in Fallout New Vegas Old World Blues is familiar, so your standard weapons and tactics will work just fine. After all, Fallout is all about flexibility. However, Old World Blues throws a few wrenches into the works, so you'll want to be prepared if you want to get the most out of the experience. One of the add-on's new enemies is the Robo Scorpion, and they're very hardy. Even if your energy weapon stats are very high, it takes some effort to put a dent in them, and they explode upon defeat. If you like stealth, it might be best just to steer clear. But whether you decide to be sneaky or take them on directly, you might find the Robotics Expert perk really helpful. Not only does it increase your damage versus these things, but it allows you to sneak up on them and disable them. And if you want to get really fancy, try disabling the giant X-42 Robo Scorpion you face late in the DLC. It will reset itself and you can disable it again. Do that over and over again to gain unlimited XP. A few quests take you to Higgs Village. You don't need to enter all of the houses to complete them, but you should visit all of them anyway. You can find several goodies inside, such as the weapon called Dr. Klein's Glove, as well as a couple of audio discs for use in the jukebox back at the sink. And if you want to see the darker side of your robot captors, make sure to break into the basement of House 103. Seems like Dr. Boris had somewhat of an evil streak. Before you head into the DLC, make sure you have a rebreather with you. The Sync Project quest takes you into the Magneto-Hydraulics complex. The complex is flooded and there's some good loot underwater. That rebreather will come in mighty handy. Obviously, there are a lot of nooks and crannies to explore and a lot of secrets to find, including some great references to the last Fallout New Vegas DLC. Consider these suggestions to be the tip of a very large iceberg.
Thank you, Kevin Van Ord. And now we've got a different GameSpot editor on the set here to give you all the news you can I didn't want to say use, but I couldn't come up with anything else. Tom Magrino.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm great, dude.
I think that's the exact same way we introduced to Sync.
Yeah?
More news than you can handle.
More
than
you can handle?
More than you can
I don't
handle.
know. These folks
More
can handle a
sync
lot
than
of
you can
news.
handle.
What's first on the docket?
So first on the docket is actually a twofer. Kind of. I don't know. Earlier this week we had 2 announcements from 2 different companies that they basically amounted to a announcements that they will not actually be announcing anything.
Yeah, well, what?
Yeah, I don't know. We get lemons, and we're charged to make lemonade.
You're
and
trying to
we
brew
try
it.
to at least bring lemon water.
All right, give us a taste.
The first lemon water we have, PlayStation Vita not hitting the US, Europe until early 2012.
Early 2012.
Early 2012, we were getting some indications that they would be out in 2011. When they initially announced the release window,
Yes.
they said they would begin phasing it in 2011. Then we were getting some rumors. Some retailers were saying, "Hey, it'll be out October 28th," in wherever. Please, I need this.
I didn't mean to do that. I was exhaling with exasperation
Right.
because no
No
Vita.
Kaz Hirai officially confirmed that it's not going to come out this year in the US or Europe. It will be out in Japan, so Japanese gamers, Delmo.
Yay! Is it going to be out in time for Tokyo Game Show when we go?
No, I don't know. Probably not. It seems like it's a November release.
Okay.
So that's so that's kind of the release date. Probably we'll get a more firm release date. Maybe a Tokyo Game Show. That would be ideal. Probably at least Japan. We'll get one there. But I don't know. Maybe closer to the year end, somewhere around there.
All right.
But Hirai also kind of took a little bit of a dig at the 3DS,
Nice.
saying, because he's like, oh, just because these guys cut the price, I don't see how that material impacts us. I might have added that last little bit. But so it sounds like, it sounds like Hirai is indicating that the 3D or the Vita will maintain its tiered $300, $250 release price when it comes out. The 300 has 3G.
Right.
The 250 only has Wi-Fi. So it sounds like
they're sticking with that.
Sticking with that.
Hoping to move units at the price that Nintendo.
Look for more information later.
Okay.
We'll have it later.
Yay.
So what else we'll have later?
What is that?
That was a pretty good segue, right?
Not
very
your
sly.
work.
So later we'll have information on when the Wii U will be announced, the price and the release date.
Not now, though.
Yeah, right. So following the kind of the debacle that was the 3DS price cut, Satoru Iwata, president of Nintendo, has been making the rounds, kind of talking to investors, analysts, reporters, whoever will talk to him, which is actually a lot of people. But
you talk to him?
I didn't talk to him.
You would,
I can't. No, he speaks pretty good English. I would. If
you would
Satoru
totally talk
Iwata,
to him.
please. I'm requesting an interview. It's not going to happen.
That's all right.
But no, he said that, because of what's going on right now, because of the features that they showed off with the Wii U, they want to be able to, when they announce the price, when they announce the release date, they want to have something firm to show people. Kind of displaying, how you expect to use the Wii U. So they just want more information before they make those kind of announcements. So that's not coming anytime soon. Expect that in 2012. And then, the console is supposed to come out. People think somewhere to fall 2012.
They're in, holiday 2012 maybe.
Summer, fall.
Oh, summer, fall is the
I
current?
said somewhere, but I meant summer.
Okay.
I don't know. It's wrong.
Anyway. So we're looking at Vita and Wii U both coming out next year.
Sounds like it. Vita will definitely be early. Probably March. We'll go with March. I'm calling it.
2012.
March 2012.
It'll be a brave new world.
And then
exciting.
Expect I would imagine Wii U will probably be in the September to November area, because I don't know, that's just when that's when Nintendo makes the most money. So it seems like that's when
they want it out there so they can just hand over fists.
Right.
Cash money.
Cash money. Talking about cash money.
Yeah.
That's another segue.
It works better if you don't identify it right after doing it.
So the Diablo 3 auction house, we got first word on that on Monday. I believe our very own Maxwell McGee got that information for us. But yes, there is an auction house. You will be able to use in-game gold or your own, cash money to buy items in the very, item-centric Diablo 3.
So if I want the weeping sword of ice damage, I can plunk down a $5 and get it?
You can either plunk down a $5 or you can just do 5,000 gold.
Okay.
Which
that I have looted from various skeletons.
Skeletons and, wraiths.
Sure,
they have
those
wraiths?
two. Yeah, probably.
Giant ogres, they have money.
It's
I don't know where they
a long
keep
list.
it. I don't want to think about where they keep it. But so you'll be able to use your own money. They're going to be dividing this up in various ways by region, by mode. So if you're playing, the normal mode, you can use in-game money or normal money. Or if you're in hardcore mode, you can only use in-game money. Because if you die in hardcore mode, you are dead.
All your stuff is just
all
gone.
your stuff is gone, and that is the problem with the other thing that Blizzard announced on Monday, which is if you're playing single player mode, if you're playing multiplayer mode, you need a persistent online connection.
Oh.
So
Boo.
if you are, just hanging out in what's that town, Tristram or something? I forget the name. It's something like that. You guys know what
That's
I'm
like
talking
a novel.
Tristram?
That's like a play.
Yeah,
Tristram and Isolde.
possible.
You're getting literary and strange. On
Anyway, if you're just hanging out there and some skeleton comes and you lose your connection and you've got this level 50 character, then that skeleton could beat you to death and that guy would be dead forever.
And you're just gonna stand there being like, "Mom, get off the phone." No,
Yeah.
it's not the phone thing.
Well, it's not.
anymore,
I don't know. There are various ways that you can
Okay,
lose
so
your-
there's
it's a problem.
So there's concern about
There's concern.
save games and about losing progress because your internet connection drops.
Right.
Is there concern about people? I mean, what if you just want to buy Diablo 3 and play it and not pay $45 a month for an internet connection?
Yeah, and what if you're on a plane and you want to go play some Diablo 3? You can't do that. What if your power goes out? You can't play. I mean, there are just so many ways in which this is just causing a disconnection between you and your consumer. And I mean, this game is going to be. I am personally looking forward to this game.
Yes, you
and regardless of what they do, I'm probably going to buy this game.
So no boycott for you.
No boycott for me, but I don't know, it's just making me feel not so great.
Yeah.
And that's not cool.
No, that's
So-
sad. We want you to feel great here.
I want to feel great.
Do we have another story that
We
can
do.
make you maybe feel good about stuff?
Not so much.
All right.
Battlefield 3?
Yeah.
I do have more stories. Just
Okay, but not a feel-good story.
Not a feel-good. So Battlefield 3 executive producer Patrick Bach recently indicated that, as with many EA Sports titles, if you buy a secondhand or if you rent or buy a used copy of Battlefield 3, then you're going to have to pony up some cash to go online.
Buy an online pass.
Buy an
or
online
something.
pass. He didn't want to call it an online pass, but it is essentially an online pass. You're probably going to have to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 if you want to, go online after you've bought a secondhand copy of the game. So that's a little problematic. But
And I mean, if you're buying a secondhand copy of Battlefield 3, I don't imagine it's going to be that much cheaper. But then you have to pay an extra $10. You're going to have to be buying it to make it worthwhile buying the used game. That's what they're trying to do here, right?
No, exactly.
To incentivize you to buy it new.
They're incentivizing to buy it new, yes. They're also making it so, when you buy a used game or when you rent a game, that money isn't actually going to the developer. That money is going to, if you buy a used game from GameStop, that money is going directly to GameStop.
Yeah.
So if you buy that used game and then you go online, EA is still having to pay to foot the bill
To
for the
host you on
servers
there,
and
yeah.
all that other stuff. So this is, the way Bach explained it is, this is a way to kind of not make them take such a big hit from these used game purchases. That's the theory, that's the rationale. It's just basically, I don't know, saying, we need to get paid. You guys can't have something for nothing, or something for the additional
Something
$20
for
whatever you
not paying us.
So expect that with Battlefield 3. They haven't officially announced that yet. The term he used was probably, which is a dance around.
Yeah, I like that phrase.
A dance around.
Yeah, it's good.
I like dance around.
Although I think instead of quotes, you should do little dance moves with your legs next time.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
We'll work on that.
Yep.
So I got one more for you.
One more? Top it off.
Last week I got a little overzealous about my love for bears, which you know well.
I was pretty excited for you because just to see that joy in your
Right.
eyes for when Connectimals with bears was announced.
Connectable bears.
Really just,
So I
fulfilling a young
mean,
boy's
I was
dream.
firing off letters to everyone who would listen to me, and it sounds like I have influenced another publisher
Really?
to go with the bears. We found a trademark filing for Mists of Pandaria.
Okay.
By Blizzard Entertainment. It sounds as if they will be going with this this one was once a April Fool's joke, and is now this ridiculous panda bear in a. I mean, look on the screen, you see it. It's a panda with a samurai sword, and that's inherently awesome because A, it's a bear, and B, it's got a samurai sword. So it sounds like this could be the name for the next World of Warcraft expansion. They haven't really talked about it yet. You know, Cataclysm was obviously very huge, but you need something else, and you need panda bears is what you need.
Well, and I like how we brought back the bear.
Bears.
Bear.
Let's
Bears.
see. It's appropriate.
Question, Tom, do you ever play with Ninja Turtles?
But I'm not ready. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, sorry.
So
it was a panda bear samurai joke. Let's just let it go by.
No, it's not.
You say one more thing about bears.
I just want to caution that this isn't a done deal. For all we know, it could be, you know, a new comic book or any other transmedia type of thing for World of Warcraft. But my hope
Saturday
is on,
morning cartoon.
My hope is on a new continent devoted to bears.
Would you get into World of Warcraft for that?
Probably not.
Probably not, Tom.
I don't. Well, maybe. Okay, fine. I will. Let's
After
go to
all that letter writing.
Let's go to TMNT.
TMNT. Oh no, I'm just saying that Pandaren warrior.
Oh, I thought you were throwing to something.
No,
that's
we're
not
not
done.
Toss. That's just me
I thought it
remembering
was a
my
toss.
childhood and owning a little.
All right, no, turtles are
samurai
stupid. In that case,
panda bear.
No
No?
turtles.
Okay.
Bears only.
Oh, Thomas.
Are
we at an end now with the news? That's a pretty good slate of stuff.
They yelled at me last time, so I
Do
went
you
too
want me
long.
to yell at you again?
Get out?
Okay, see,
all right, we're done.
Homer's obliging you. We're going to shuffle you off the screen. Sean McInnes has come on to shut this down because he's a diva and he wants more Sean McInnes time.
It's true.
Well, you're going to get it because it's round 2 of Super Button Mashing, hosted by your very own Sean McInnes. Let's roll.
Mash buttons. When I say button, you say mashing button. Mashing button. Mashing button. You're gonna get You're gonna get Super Button Mashing coming at ya.
All right, welcome back to Super Button Mashing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is round 2. We're on to Memory Leak. If you guys forgot about the events that transpired in round 1, let's go ahead and go over it once again. We've got Homer Rabara with 500 points, Jody with 500 points, and a runaway Van right now with 1,400 points in a pretty comfortable position. Do you guys feel confident?
I just had a slow start, you know what I mean? It's kind of like you get out of the blocks a little slow, you stumble, but you know, I feel like I can pick up some steam here, you know. Memory leak, I got a good memory, so.
Okay, all right, well, let's take a look at Memory Leak.
Round 2, Memory Leak. Memory Leak challenges players to identify games from a video composed of 1-second clips from a selection of 10 games. While watching the video, players will alternate guesses with no penalty for a wrong guess until they have successfully identified all games or until the timer has run out. Memory Leak consists of 3 rounds, each with its own selection of games based on that round's category.
This topic is GameSpot's favorite games from the Comic-Con Stage Show 2010. All right, Homer.
Dead Rising 2.
Dead Rising 2, Case 0. Yep, close enough. Jody?
Epic Mickey.
Epic Mickey, that is correct.
Dance Central.
Dance Central, yep.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Oh wait, no.
Nope.
Jesus.
DC Online.
DC, no, I'm afraid not.
Marvel Capcom 3.
Yes, that is correct, Van.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, yes, that is one of them.
Costume Quest.
Costume Quest, nope, I'm afraid not.
Splatterhouse.
Splatterhouse, yes, that is correct.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, all right. Fine work, Homer.
Costume.
No, I'm sorry.
Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Yes, wow. Nice work, Van. One of them is a move game. The game that LL
Cool J Move Sports.
I'm going to take Sports Champions, which is essentially Move Sports.
All right.
All right, and that's the end of our first video. Let's run down the totals there. Van got 4 correct. Homer got 4 correct. Jody got 1 correct. The one that you guys left on the board there was Batman, the Brave, and the Bold. Each of those correct answers was worth 250 points. Now let's check out video 2, which is GameSpot's favorite comic games. Homer, you can go ahead and go first.
Superman. A game, Superman game.
Actually, no, that isn't correct. Jody?
DC Online.
Yes. Good work.
Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Yes. Good work, Van. Homer?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I'll take that. Is it technically Turtles in Time? But
Turtles in Time.
Why not?
Sure.
Jody?
Batman Arkham Asylum.
Batman Arkham Asylum, yes. Good work, Jody. Van?
Marvel Capcom 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that is correct.
Let's see. The Punisher.
The Punisher is on here. Good work, Homer. Jody?
What looks like a Thor game, very old retro version.
No, incorrect.
Comic Zone.
Comic Zone, yes. Good work, Van. Homer?
Batman and Robin.
Okay, we'll take it.
Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Yes. All right.
We'll get a lot of these sympathy points.
I just like a close contest,
Timer
too.
went out.
So there we had Van getting 1, 2, 3 correct. Homer got 1, 2, 3 correct, and Jody got 2 correct.
Nice.
Good work, everybody.
You doubled your success.
The ones that you did not correctly guess were Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Now, let's check out video number 3, which is GameSpot's favorite games of Comic-Con 2011. Homer, let's start with you.
Let's say Battlefield 3.
Battlefield 3, that is correct. Jody?
Uncharted 3.
Uncharted 3, no, that is not on here.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken, yes.
Gears of War 3.
Gears of War 3, yep, good work. Jody?
Force Unleashed 3. 2.
No. No.
Star Wars Connect.
Yes, that is correct. Good work, Van. Homer?
The Darkness 2.
The Darkness 2, all right. Jody?
Street Fighter 7. I see Chun-Li.
No, I'm sorry, Jody. Van?
Battle Block Theater.
Battle Block, wow. Van is a talented game show contestant. Homer?
Batman Arkham City.
Batman. Steve Batman, that is correct.
Glenn Batman.
Jody?
The Old Republic. Star Wars The Old Republic.
No, I'm sorry.
Spider-Man Edge of Time.
Wow, all right, Van. Homer?
Oh, that's it.
That is
Done.
it. We have reached the end of video 3.
Right.
We had Homer with 1, 2, 3, 4 correct guesses, and Van with 4 correct guesses.
Van, why you gotta copy me every time?
Why you gotta copy him
Why
every
you gotta
time?
copy my
Well,
stuff?
I would have beaten you the previous 2 times if you didn't have those pity points.
Oh, it's getting heated. It is getting tense in here. The 2 games that you guys did not guess were X-Men Destiny and Resistance 3.
Ooh, Resistance 3.
Yes, I'm sorry, Homer.
Pretty big game.
Pretty big game. And here we are with the official total of points thus far. We've got Homer sitting pretty at 3,250. Jody a little bit behind at 1,250, and Van with 4,150. So Homer and Van are pretty close. Jody, it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort for you to come back. How are you feeling about the next round?
Feeling pretty bad right now.
Feeling pretty bad.
That's right. That's why there's
I
3
didn't do
rounds,
any
Jody.
homework.
That's why there's 3 rounds. Anything can happen in the final round. That's why we call it the consolation round. Stay tuned next week to see what happens.
It's time to mash buttons. When I say button, you say mashing button. Button. You're gonna get super button mashing coming at ya.
Some have called it simply amazing, others a brush with excellence. And one reviewer said, it literally changed the way I think about modern entertainment as well as art. Our next game, Sophia Tong is here to show it off. And the title here, Sophia, I'll give you the pleasure of uttering it. This game is?
Street Cleaning Simulation 2011.
2011.
Yes,
Don't forget those words, folks, because this game is making a splash on GameSpot. Possibly the biggest divide we've ever seen between a review score and a user score. It's currently sitting pretty at a 9.3? 5?
Yeah, it's definitely in the 9s. It's gotten a lot of 10s from the users. People definitely like it.
And it got a lot of 1.5 from us. So let's jump in here and see if we can give you folks a taste for it.
So basically, Jan's been playing this, and he wanted me to demonstrate how exciting this this game could be. So
by checking your email.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, I guess, select a job. Dry cleaning is required, don't forget, okay. Oh, check my email, that's what, okay, so I'm gonna accept a job.
There's a lot of sand and a road in the industrial area.
Can't have that, right?
Can you sort this mess out? They will pay you $1,000.
Okay, so I accept it. Now what?
Go to the.
Continue.
Go to the.
All right.
Go to the street sweeper.
Okay, so
I want
now
to
I
see
need
some
a
streets get clean,
truck.
Tom.
Okay. Well, you know,
Summon
there's a
truck.
Where is this truck?
Cast
The
summon
left?
street sweeper.
This way?
Run
The
around
right?
the corner.
Oh, right.
The
In the
left to
garage.
right.
Let's
In the
head
garage.
in there.
Here we
So
go.
it's supposed to be very
Past the
realistic,
Rorschach
given
test
that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now we've got a choice.
There's more than one.
Yes, that's
Wow,
true.
there's like a
Now
whole
let's
fleet.
just bring up the. See, there are a lot of controls to this game. If you do control, what is it?
I see 5 entries.
Vehicle interaction, movement. Look at all these.
All right, I'm gonna remember mirror adjustment mode. You remember? No, I didn't see it.
All right,
That's
so
a
let's just
lie.
get back to it. Let's just try to get into a car and
Get
start
in.
it up.
Let's
This one? I like this
sweep the
one.
street. Let's do it. Yeah, it's got bright blue. Yep.
So it's like C to jump in. Okay, now I'm in.
Oh,
so I have
yeah.
to start the engine. Okay. Not only that, I have to gear first gear, and then
Release emergency brake.
right emergency brake, and then go straight.
Now bust through that wall like a
Oh my
Kool-Aid man.
gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, you're turning.
Oh, there we go! There we go! Oh, turn, turn, turn,
Oh, there's
turn,
on a
turn.
motion sensor. Oh, you
Oh,
are
I think I might hit that
natural,
wall.
Sophia.
Where am I going? Left?
Yeah.
Right? Let's just go left and see what happens.
Yep, go out onto those streets. All right, while Sophia makes her way to the industrial area that is tragically flooded with sand, we are going to make our way to EVO Championship Series. Is that the full name of that thing?
Sure.
Basically, it's this amazing fighting game tournament that happened this past weekend that just lit up Twitter and all sorts of places, and with people just gushing over the awesome gameplay, the great competition they saw there. We're going to give you a little taste of it in this next tape segment, and even if you're not a big fighting game fan, you should take a look because it's very, very cool.
Oh my god.
Hey everybody, it's Ricardo and I am here with Mr. Seth Killian at the EVO World Finals here in Las Vegas at the Rio. For people that don't know what EVO is, Seth, what the heck is it?
This is pretty much the World Series of fighting games. If you love fighters, this is where you are. We got the best of the best from this year. It's 46 different countries in here.
France, Australia, Singapore, China, Korea, Japan, everybody. So this is the best EVO by far.
Thousands and thousands of competitors all coming here to do battle and basically put their name down in the fighting game world. Yeah, we've got obviously Mad Catz here, a great supporter of the fighting game community. Obviously, our friends from Namco are here with some amazing new games as well, and a lot of just great people here supporting it. So it's about the competition, but we've also got panels added this year with some of the top fighting game players and personalities and creators in the world. So it's been really just an amazing experience to watch this grow from just the tiny kernel into a really, worldwide global event.
And I am joined by two very special guests. This is Greg and Brett, and they are responsible for the pretty awesome Balrog Behind the Glory documentary that kind of filled in some blanks on Balrog's background that people may not know.
All in all, this was really like a labor of love,
right? For sure.
From a lot of people who grew up with this type of stuff.
Of the documentary options, why Balrog?
Well, some friends of mine and I, years ago, knocking about on the porch, said, wouldn't it be funny if we did a mockumentary about Balrog's life? Only because he's not the smartest dude in the world in the Street Fighter culture, and there's a lot of mystery, like in his actual backstory from Capcom.
Out of all the characters, for there to be a point in canon where like we don't know where he is, he was like we would be least interested. If we were taking this seriously, we would be least interested to know no one knows where Balrog is. I think so. To take it really seriously and to investigate that, I think was a lot of fun for us.
This was the debut. Did you get the response you wanted?
A week ago, I was like, you know what, dude? All I care about is that the community likes it, because that's who this is for. And I really think they liked it, and that, it warms my big old heart.
Yeah, we could not be happier with the response.
And we will look forward to next year.
Awesome.
And if you can't do small budget, they still haven't made a good Street Fighter movie, so there is a window of opportunity there.
We'd like to.
We'd love to get our sticky fingers everywhere in Capcom. Yes. Thanks a lot, though. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, there you go. That is Greg and Brett, 2 creators of one of the coolest things we've seen in a while. So we'll be bringing you more from them, hopefully in the near future.
Basically, this started as a small gathering of friends and has blown up over the years. It's just grown and grown and grown. And as you know from the arcade days, like that spirit and that bond you get from somebody that you start off hating, you're like, I hate this guy, I can never beat him. And then you slowly learn to respect him, and then you become fast friends. That's basically what's caused this to grow to the size it is today, just from a little local gathering of friends to the biggest international competition in the world.
So there's a pretty cool look at what is obviously an awesome community event, but also really cool competitive event. And now Sophia has made her way into traffic in an effort to get to the street you need to clean. Is that where you're at?
Right. So if you check this map, I'm supposed to get to where the red line is.
Yep.
And like a real simulator, it takes real time to get there. So I have to drive across the city.
Wow.
So I've been driving this whole time.
Apparently it's pretty perilous. I think you just ran that white SUV off the road.
That's fine. You know, you always have to let the bigger.
Can you maybe like
car
put the
move.
pedal down here and get there a little faster?
I'm trying. I think I've already cranked it up. It's like, can I go gear up some more? Plus, I don't want to hit anything. Well,
but isn't that part of the fun? This
I'm
see
a
this
street
See
cleaner.
this pedestrian up here?
This isn't Grand Theft
Hasn't taken
Auto.
a shower in weeks. Clean her. Clean. Oh, you
Hey
missed
Jan,
it.
how do I activate the like squirt water thing? Can I hose down pedestrians?
I think
Is
it's
that
this
how-
one.
No, that's my God.
Yeah.
Press T.
T. All right, T. Oh look, I'm cleaning streets.
I'm just gonna press another random
This is
button.
so exciting.
Yeah.
I want to change my view so I can kind of see where I'm driving.
I'm trying.
Oh, there we go.
See? There we go.
Oh, now
Not a
there's
problem.
traffic.
All right, while Sophia tries to get around
Oh,
traffic with the
gosh.
magic of, oh yeah, go, yeah, do it.
I'll take this side. Okay,
Yeah.
excuse me, out of the way. Oh my goodness.
Unfazed! That citizen is unfazed and a little bit cleaner for her encounter with Sophia Tong, street sweeper extraordinaire.
Uh-huh.
While Sophia continues to endeavor to get to the job where she can earn 1,000, we're gonna look at what's new this week in digital downloads.
Aaron Sampson bringing you a list of top digital downloads this week on Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, and Wii Shop channel. New this week on Nintendo eShop, combine your favorite 2 things, bashing small globes with a big stick, and more Ds in Let's Golf 3D. Although really, it's actually 4D because time's a dimension. I'm wondering if any game developers stayed awake in science class. Choose from 8 customizable characters and play in exotic locations, including the Mayan jungle and a mountain wonderland. All these Ds can be yours for $6.99. Xbox 360 this week will warp your sense of reality while making you lonely by way of insanely twisted Shadow Planet for 1,200 Microsoft points. Reviewer Tom McShay took a spin in the saucer and came out with a good 7.5 score due to a combination of amazement and frustration. A planet in deep space has been corrupted by some pretty nasty beasties, and it's up to players to use their own gelatinous brain to leverage a host of tools in order to tame the environment. PS3 this week will save you the frustration of painting pewter figures and getting lead poisoning by letting you download Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team for $9.99. As one of the Emperor's elite space marines, you've been sent to assault a gigantic Orc cruiser that may have a nasty case of the Tyranids. The Xbox 360 version scored a fair 6.0, which puts it squarely in the meh category. Old school 40K fans may want to check it out. PS3 this week is also bringing Galaga Legions DX for $9.99. Bottom line is, there's a lot of junk on screen, you blow it up good, and we gave it an 8.0 grade. For more details, check out a full written review from June when the title dropped on Xbox 360. Old but newly available this week on X360, Steer Clear of Pure Football for $19.99. Our UK team gave it a poor 4.5, and they are British, so stereotypically, they know what they're talking about when it comes to football. PS3 this week is giving you another crack at happiness with Dragon Age Origins Digital for $29.99. Remember when a Dragon Age title was editor's choice as opposed to just great? Okay, it's still pretty good, but at least steer clear of that legacy DLC business, and you can't go wrong. In-game demos this week on the Xbox 180x2. If you understand the rules, you might enjoy Rugby World Cup 2011. Start a scrum between England and South Africa while using your hands, feet, and unhelmeted noggin to move a ball downfield. In new DLC this week on PS3, if you bought Section 8 Prejudice last week, you would have gotten additional DLC, but as it stands, this week you can still buy your favorite orbital drop shooter and then drop some additional cash on the Blitz pack for $2.99 and the Overdrive map pack for $3.99. Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 this week both add to the Destruction of Mars with the Red Faction Armageddon Path to War DLC for $6.99 or 560 Microsoft points. Enjoy 4 new missions featuring aerial flyers, orbital strikes, and the Red Faction Armored Surface Tank. In game trailers this week, you may enjoy footage on the X360 of the Assassin's Creed Revelations walkthrough trailer, the Rise of Nightmares Red Band trailer, and the Horde 2.0 5 Against All Gears 3 trailer. On PS3, you'll be looking at the BioShock Infinite full E3 2011 playthrough trailer and the Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team announced trailer. That's all the time we have. Join us next week for our top picks of digital downloads.
And because Sophia still has not arrived at her street cleaning destination,
I am almost there.
that's
I've
delightful.
been pushing this button straight for like
You really have.
10
And
minutes
look at
now.
you, just cruising
so
through this
close.
blissful...
See, if you look over at the map, yeah, almost there.
All
That's
right.
the line.
Well, as she approaches, I'm going to let you folks know that it's trivia time. We are giving away 25 beta codes to get into the Resistance 3 multiplayer beta. We're giving them to you. You got a PS3? You want to download it, play some Resistance 3? We're going to give you codes if you can answer this question. Name any of the 4 multiplayer classes Sean came up with in his most recent Resistance 3 preview. He got pretty creative working on the classes, tweaking his loadouts, and so check out his preview and send us your answer to onthespot@gamespot.com or use the answer trivia button on the side of the page. Let me just check and see if it's there. Is it there, guys?
Almost there, almost there.
Oh yeah. Nope, submit a question. Yeah, send your answer to onthespot@gamespot.com with your name and address, and we'll send you a beta code. Yeah. All right, Tong.
Check
this is the 0 hour.
So apparently,
you must clean.
No, it's here. There's sand.
Yeah, I don't see it.
specifically
Right there.
Right,
Slow down. You're speeding right by
floating
it.
down. Okay, okay. Hitting the brakes.
Oh my goodness, you're
All right. How do you put up the brushes, Jan? 6. Where's the brush? Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Come on.
Here we go.
Get those brushes out, Tong. You are missing it.
Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. 6.
I think it's working.
Hold
You're gonna
down.
hit a tree.
You have
You're
to
gonna
hold
hit a
it
tree.
down. Oh my God, the
Gonna
tree.
crash into a
the
tree.
The tree.
Not a
turn.
problem.
Turn.
Went
How
right
do
through
I
the
turn
tree.
and
Not a big
hold
deal.
brush? I only have so many
Okay,
fingers.
yep.
Okay, 6.
Okay.
Here we go. 6.
So erratic.
Holding 6.
Oh my God, oncoming traffic.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Not a problem.
Let's rotate.
Glancing blow.
All right. Let's
You
take
are
it from the-
moistening that street.
There we go.
That
Hold 6 down. There you go. Spray.
the sand is on the side of the street. You got to go over to the curb.
Fine.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go this way.
There. Yep. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Nope. Okay.
Oh no, post. Oh.
Not a problem. Post clips right through vehicle.
It's weird driving
Magic.
from this angle.
Magic.
Oh, the tree.
Okay, this
brushes,
is
hit
quickly
you.
turning into the debacle we expected. So we hope you folks enjoyed that look at Street Cleaning Simulator 2011. Be sure to read the full review on GameSpot.com. We also have our review currently posted for Solatorobo, our first demo, because hey, our GameSpot UK team got it last month, and so you can read that full review as well. Now, we are going to throw it over to Jody Robinson as we close out the show here because she's at QuakeCon, bringing you some coverage from down there. But I'm going to sign off for everyone here in the studio. Glad you could join us today. Sophia, thank you for coming by and showing this off.
No problem.
I mean, a little bit of a problem. It was a little
Yeah, I've
problematic.
never actually played this game before. It's my first time.
You know,
so
you
it's fascinating.
didn't do the worst.
Okay.
Good job. All right, folks, thanks for joining us. Jody Robinson, take it away.
Hey, what's up? It's Jody Robinson here at QuakeCon 2011.
Here. It's getting taken down. Brick and mortar picking up the flag. Don't phase me, bro. Taking out Sergeant Maximum.
far, we've seen Rage, Skyrim, and I have some swag to give away. But unfortunately, that will be tomorrow, so be sure to check then. That's pretty much all we have for now, except actually we're heading over to the keynote here momentarily. So that's pretty much what I have today. Thanks, I'll see you guys soon.